Hi folks, welcome back to another right hand guitar lesson. I'm going to show you throughout the course of several tutorials that I'm going to be posting with regard to the right hand, the one that holds the pick. This is a technique called flat picking. Flat picking is done primarily in bluegrass, but you can do it in any genre, in any song. Once you develop this technique and this skill set and you get comfortable with it, it's another way, yet again, to enhance what you're doing. Remember, you want this to sound very familiar, and you want it to sound different. I'm going to show you first how I would play Ricky Skaggs' Highway 40 Blues without flat picking this intro and singing the first verse. And then I'm going to show you what it sounds like flat picking, and you'll see a noticeable difference between the two. And again, it's just a style, and it's another variation of what you can do with your right hand that is going to change the way you play guitar. Now, the chords that I use in this song are G, C, and D minor. Very easy chords, so not a whole lot going on in the left hand. Most of it is happening in the right hand. All right, I'm going to pitch it down for you right now. And I'm capable in the third fret. Doesn't matter, though. I'm just showing you a technique. Not going to show you how to necessarily play the song or sing. It's just a technique. So if I were to just normally play this song, the intro would go something like this. These Highway 40 blues, I've walked home in my shoes, counting the days since I've been gone. I'd love to see the lights at home. Okay, that's just normally playing the song. And again, I'm going to use that term very vanilla, very plain, very drab. Now I'm going to throw it at you flat picking. Tell me if you see a difference. These Highway 40 blues, I've walked home on my shoes, counted the days since I've been gone. I'd love to see the lights at home. Okay, there's a difference. So now, once again, clearly illustrates to you the importance of this hand and how that can change the song that you're playing. Even though this is Highway 40 Blues to the untrained ear, the untrained ear will also recognize a little bit of effort you put in by making it sound like this. So, that being said, I'm going to show you my right hand and what my right hand is doing. And first I'll explain to you what flat picking is. Flat picking is actually being able to pick notes out of a song, all within the scale of that particular chord. That's getting into theory. I don't want to get into too much theory. Again, I'm not a theory guy. I really don't know that much theory. I'm an ear musician, so I don't want to get too far into that. But you're going to be picking notes within that chord that you're playing. The easiest way to put that without injecting theory is that if you play a C chord, then every note you play in that chord is within the scale. So feel free to pick whatever note you want to if you have that chord actually structured with your left hand correctly. So I'm going to pitch this down again, and I'm going to show you now what flat picking does. Again, it allows you to play the note as well as the chord, so it gives you a chance to create more fill. Instead of holes in the song, you're able to roll the song along nice, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Okay, there's my right hand. Again, I'll say it, I'm a big fan of the right hand. It's going to make you a better guitar player. So if you're doing it the vanilla version, if you're doing the flat picking version, Now what I'm doing, slide in here close so you can see. I don't know if I can get my left and my right hand here at the same time. Really can't. I want you to more pay attention to the right hand than the left. What I'm doing is I'm playing out of the C chord. Again, this is not a lesson on how to play this song. It's a lesson on watching this, what I'm doing with this pick. I am picking, hammer on. Now, when I get into the body of the song, I'm playing a D minor, and I'm hammering on this G string. See, I'm still playing the D chord, D minor, to the G, and I'm just running it. I'm sorry. It's all out of the G chord. I'm just running my index finger, but I'm able to play the chord as well as pick. Instead of going, I'm able to go. So I'm filling, actually picking the note and playing the chord at the same time. You can do that with any song. You can do it with, say, there's all kinds of flat picking that you can do, but the main thing I'm trying to convey to you is get creative with that right hand. Don't be afraid to pick notes within the structure of that chord. If you're playing a C, once again, here I'm playing a C chord. So, don't use the low E, because that you don't play that when you play a C chord. The fifth, fourth, third, second, and first strings are all within the realm of that scale of that chord. So you can do, you can play any one of those notes in that chord. So there you go. That's another variation of what you can do with the right hand. There's going to be a lot of videos that demonstrate different techniques with the right hand. That's something you're going to have to practice. That doesn't come easy, but it's something I want you to play with. I want you to, if you're playing a song, I want you to pick a note as well as strum a chord so that you can add different little elements like that, and that's all. Again, you're playing a G chord. That's all kind of very basic and elementary flat picking. That's alternating A string and the D string. So, that's how I want you to think of flat picking. I don't want you to necessarily think of bluegrass. I want you to think about playing a note, hammering on, hammering off as you're playing the chord to fill in, to give yourself some fill, give your song some character, have people turn their heads. That's a very basic and elementary tutorial for flat picking. There are people that do it a whole lot better than me, but it's a way to enhance what you're doing. Give it a try.